people who say dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche. Yeah. How should you say it?
It's spelled and pronounced dulce.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a Latin American treat. It's not Italian.
Yeah. I knew it was Spanish, but I didn't know how to pronounce it because I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I know. Because there should be a cedilla on the C. And it's never written with a cedilla on the C.
But it's Latin American Spanish, which doesn't use cedillas.
Yeah. That I did not know.
It's not European at all. It's all like El Salvador has its own. And like my grandmother would make it when I was a kid back when... Okay, I just said it back when I was a kid. And like you see it in gelato places, which doesn't help.
Yeah.
You think it's Italian immediately, but there's a distinct difference.
I'll start drawing in cedillas everywhere I see it.
That's not helping.
Which is even more offensive, perhaps. Yeah.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 26 of Rather Be Playing, the podcast where we talk about how we'd rather be playing games than
pretending to be a librarian.
I'm Josh.
I'm Elliot.
And I'm Stevo.
So you're pretending to be a librarian, huh?
I was, yes. I was filling in for the lovely Tess. Friends of the show, Eric and Tess, have a podcast called Same Team Y'all, and they were doing a live recording at Odenton, Maryland Comic-Con on Saturday.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Tess couldn't make it, so Eric asked me to fill in.
Is this like, did they run the Comic-Con kind of like when we went to their...
So they didn't run it, no.
Lexicon?
It was a different library board. It was friends of theirs. So Eric had a table with all the Same Team Y'all kids and their badges and stuff to give away. So it was a really fun time. They usually do a Tales from the Library segment, but Eric decided that for fun what they would do was they would interview kids and have the kids who were dressed up as superheroes and stuff have a little chat and talk about their like favorite comic books and favorite comic book characters or their favorite books in the library. And Eric is just such a natural when it comes to interviewing people and when it comes to chatting with kids. I guess he is a librarian, so he's entertaining kids a lot of his time, but it was such a fun time. It was fantastic. So look for that in the Same Team Y'all feed on Friday.
My favorite superhero is Irishman.
Ginger Irishman.
Captain Ireland. There should be one.
You're saying Elliot?
Oh, I was saying and I might have missed this as I was adjusting my table here, but they recorded a live podcast from the library. Yeah, awesome, man.
I myself and Eric.
Yeah. You too. Yeah. I mean, Same Team Y'all had a live podcast up there, and nice.
It was a lot of fun. We met a lot of people. Chatted to a few people about video games, handed out a few cards. So you never know. Nice. We might get a couple of extra listeners out of it too.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Did you dress up for it?
No, I didn't. Well, I was representing lads. I had the Rather Be Playing t-shirt on, you know?
That's all.
It's got to be done.
Got to be on brand. On brand.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I've been playing a few games. What about you guys?
I think I've been playing games as well. I think that's what I do. So earlier this week, was it this week? Crap. Or was it last week? My brain's all over the place. It was earlier this week. I went out to a customer for work and brought my 3DS with me because I didn't really feel like lugging my, like my PlayStation 3 or anything along with me.
I didn't feel like lugging my big Switch all the way there.
I just wasn't in the mood to play Switch, so I pulled my 3DS out because I know I had a bunch of games on there that I haven't beaten, and so I opened it up and I was like, oh, right, I've got Shin Megami Tensei IV Apocalypse on here. And I'd beaten the original Shin Megami Tensei IV a long time ago and bought the not expansion, the sequel. It's a direct sequel, and just never actually went through it. So it's a lot of fun. It's the same sort of series as the Persona series. It's just more focused on dungeons and whatnot and collecting demons rather than school life and things like that. So it's a standard dungeon crawler, but it's still that level of difficulty that you come to expect from games like that, where you got to deal with weaknesses and whatnot. But
is that what you do it for, Josh? Do you do it for the pain?
I do it for the challenge. and so in Shin Megami Tensei IV, I'll just call it SMT4 for now.
Thank you.
SMT4. The SMT4 has like this ridiculous like reverse difficulty curve where it starts out, the first dungeon is insanely hard. Like you will die 1,000,000 times, and then it drops off a cliff, and the rest of the game is actually pretty easy. This game has a much more but more level curve where it just keeps being generally difficult throughout rather than this insane spike here and there. But so far, yeah, I've been really enjoying it. Story's kind of okay, I guess. I'm almost done, I think. I think I'm on the next to last, maybe next to last dungeon. I'm not sure. But I've been locked into the neutral route. So it's because, screw heaven, screw hell. I'm just going to go my own way.
Yeah.
So sooner or later, I will be off killing Yahweh.
Wait. So what does that mean? Speak English, man.
So in a lot of
what is heaven? What is hell? Come on, help us out here.
Well, heaven in the Christian religion, Stevo, is the place where if you're good on earth, you go when you die. Hell is where you go if you're bad. So the SMT games tend to. They're based on a lot of various different mythologies, but a lot of the main antagonists are the Judeo-Christian God, and then like Lucifer on the other side.
Antagonist?
Yes, they're both antagonists. Yes.
Oh wow! So they're both out to get you.
Basically, humans are stuck in the middle. The law side, which would be the God and heaven and angels and all them, they desire perfect order and humans basically doing their bidding, yada yada yada. Whereas the chaos side is Lucifer and his demons. They want basically just everybody killing each other, survival of the fittest all over sort of thing. And then they have like the neutral side, which is where you basically decide, no, we're humans. We're just going to do what we want. And so we don't need you guys around. So we're going to kill both of you. So in a lot of the games, you end up killing God. So it's, or gods, if you will. And this game's no different. So I'm heading that way right now. I've already taken out Lucifer and God's messenger, which would be Merkaba, or however you pronounce it. They call it Merkaba, which doesn't actually sound right. But those are characters from SMT4 that carried over. So, yeah, it's good so far. There's a lot of neat mechanics that make it a little bit more battles a little bit more interesting than SMT4. But hopefully, I'll probably knock it out this week. Probably a couple more days to just pound through it. And
so it's a direct sequel to SMT4.
Yes.
And is SMT4 a direct sequel to Nocturne, which you were also playing earlier? Okay. But it's the same. Yeah.
SMT
series.
1, 2, 3, and 4 are all, I don't know. I guess I'd call them in the same multiverse, if you will. There's like some like sort of callbacks here and there, but nothing really that directly relates them together.
It's like Final Fantasy. They pretty much are their own standalone, or do they not even have chocobos?
No, I mean
they don't have.
It's all this. It's usually all the same, like demons. Maybe they add more, like the next Pokemon entry. You get more Pokemon. Then yes, and you do tend to have like SMT 1 and 2 had a lot of the Judeo-Christian God and Lucifer, and then SMT 3 had Kagetsuchi in the middle, the main god of that one, and I mean Lucifer was in there as well. So they're all somewhat related, but not. They're like in the same. They're not in the same, I guess, universe of the multiverse, if you will. I guess that's the best way to put it.
That's what makes it a multiverse, right?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably knock that out in a couple days, and then in the meantime, I'll go back to also playing. I picked this up a while back on Steam, but Hollow Knight.
Man, that's one that I've been wanting to play since it came out.
Yeah, I've been noticing it coming up on sales and been very tempted.
Yeah.
But so a while back, I played Ori and the Blind Forest. I still didn't finish it. I got to go back and do that one too. But I was in the mood for a Metroidvania after hearing Stevo talk about Castlevania and all that. So I popped up Hollow Knight, and it's really good so far. And that fucking cat is going to drive me crazy.
You just totally lost your train of thought. I found Hollow Knight, and it's
So, listeners, I apologize. This is probably not going to get edited out, but my niece's cat is in his room with her and will not shut up. So
it happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
Anyway, so right meow, I'm playing Hollow Knight, and it's it's going well. It's a very clean looking game. It's not as Ori and the Blind Forest, I guess, kind of reminded me like you're almost kind of looking like a painting type thing, whereas this is much cleaner looking, but it's still a very great game so far.
What's the gameplay like? How does it feel? Is the platforming satisfying? It's roguelike as well, isn't it? Randomly generated?
No. Well,
it's not?
I don't think it is. If it is, I
cool.
haven't. If it is, it's one of those that just does it at the beginning of the game and that's it. But no, once you go back in the dungeon, it's the same.
Okay, then I'm definitely buying it next time I see it on sale.
But so unlike Metroid, it's all short range attacks. I mean, you do get some long range things you can use here and there, but they use up your soul points or magic points or whatever you've got. So a lot of it's you're using your nail or your sword to kill things, but it's good so far. I mean, a lot of attack or enemies you deal with, you have to worry about countering them, getting behind them, things like that, jumping on top of them and slicing downwards, stuff like that. But it's good. Unlocking stuff, like I just unlocked the dash, I think. So now I can jump over further area or further gaps with the dash. Yep. But yeah, Metroidvania, it's gotten a lot of praise and I'm looking forward to finishing it.
Oh, Josh, I've just brought it up here on Steam and I'm definitely picking it up as soon as it's on sale next.
Oh,
long live Metroidvanias.
They're the best. Sorry, where were you? I was just gonna say I've got a friend out here who I talk about video games with him. He's not like as hardcore as some of us, but his thing is like he loves Metroidvanias. Yeah. He beat SteamWorld Dig in like a night, and he got SteamWorld Dig 2.
Wow.
Like it's just like it's something about that genre, guys. Mm-hmm. Where you can just pick it up and never put it down until it's done, and you're totally satisfied.
Yeah, it's just because it has a real sense of progression. I mean, like with like RPGs and stuff, you gain a level, but you gain levels so often, you're like, okay, I gained a level, all right, it's just whatever, keep moving on.
Absolutely.
You don't really typically get new, I don't know, like game changing abilities. Like you might have new spells or things like that to use in battles, but nothing that like changes the game. Whereas with Metroidvania, you're like, oh, sweet, I can double jump now. Or sweet, I've got a grappling hook. Or, I can traverse this whole
bombs.
world.
Now I can blow through walls and get further in that direction that I remember having tried to got to before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, I actually just finished Symphony of the Night as well. And I basically maxed out the whole map. I was only 2 relics away from getting all the relics. And it was so satisfying. Man. That just constant feeling of, I'm clearing the map. I'm gonna touch every corner, every side that's possible, and what a great game! I'm just
filling in the map.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary, but you just can't help yourself.
Well, because there might be something there, and you gotta go get it.
Even when you know there's not, like when you get the bat form, and you can just that corner, and you move across to that corner. And yes, it's just so satisfying. Yeah. You didn't do anything.
Yeah,
you just flew around.
But there might have been something there. You don't know.
There might have been something there. But when you're at like end game, you're like, I don't need it. But
yeah, there's few games that would make me feel like completionist. But Symphony of the Night, really, I was trying. I was hoping I wasn't gonna spend another few days at it or weeks at it, but it definitely satisfied that completionist.
Now you need to run back to the inverted library and get the get the Chrysograms, get 2 of them, and then beat Dracula in 6 seconds.
Is that something that's got like a 0.001% drop rate or something?
It's not that bad. It's a low drop rate, but it doesn't. You basically just leave the room and come back in, and he's right there. So it's not too bad. Gotcha. But yeah, and you equip both of them on your both hands, and you just put both fingers on square and X or triangle and just keep hitting them alternating, and you just do a massive amount of damage in a short amount of time. And you can also use them while moving. So you just keep doing that and just kill everything in front of you. It's ridiculous. But there is one other game, and Steve will talk more about it, but I started playing Red Dead Redemption. Well, started replaying. I never finished it, but I got to the second area, which is Mexico, a long time ago, and just got distracted by something shiny because Rockstar games I always get distracted with all the minutia you can end up doing that is not involved in the main story, and then I burn myself out. I'm tempering myself a bit more on this one. I'm still doing some side stuff, but I'm not being as anal retentive about it. So
what side stuff do you enjoy?
So I like doing the challenges because I know that once you do them, they unlock stuff. And I've been doing a couple of the...
By the challenges, you mean getting the outfits?
No. The challenges are the, kill 2 wolves, kill 5 birds from a moving train, collect...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the sharpshooter challenges and the... What is the other one? Survivalist.
Yeah, there's like 4 of those, and treasure hunting, and then another one I can't remember what it is. But I'll do those. The outfit stuff, I've just been doing those for the most part naturally as they come along. Like if I end up in a new area, I'll go look in the journal and see if there's anything around here I could be picking up for that, but I'm not going out of my way to do them. But yeah, and then poker's fun, even though it takes you forever to win at the end. It took me an hour. It took me an hour to clean out the armadillo table. It took forever.
Does it make you, now that you're kind of in that Rockstar mindset, does it make you want to try GTA 5 again?
Maybe.
Or I'm thinking of the online mode.
Online mode's different, I think, but
it's very, very different.
No, I know. And you spawn and you just get killed immediately for no reason. But,
yeah. People throwing grenades out of cars. That's all I remember.
It is kind of fun watching videos of people playing GTA 5 online and doing just ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I was better at it because I feel like we could have fun just banding together in this lawless hellscape.
The thing about it is when we play PUBG or Fortnite, the rare times that we get a kill, it's really satisfying because the gunplay is good and you feel like you earned it. Yeah. Whereas shooting in GTA and in Rockstar games, and this is one major thing that I took from playing this game as well, is so iffy. It's so unsatisfying. Yeah. I don't know that the online mode would be that enjoyable.
Even FPS with the mouse and keyboard,
potentially could be better.
Oh, I wonder. I don't know if I'm willing to buy it again because it doesn't drop below $40.
Oh yeah,
I got a PS4. I'm not going to pick it up again.
Agreed. Yeah. I'm in the same boat. Yeah, Josh. So what about Red Dead Redemption? Are you enjoying it, or are you finding yourself stalling?
No, it's good.
Think you'll finish it?
Yeah, I'll probably finish it this time. I think. I'm hoping, because like I said, I'm actually making some progress. I mean, I do some exploration here and there, but I've done all the main quests that are tangential to the critical path. So now I've got I think there's 6 more missions along this path before it gets back to Mexico. So I'm almost there. I am looking forward to playing it more. Once I hit Mexico and once I have this whole new area to explore, we'll see what happens again. But hopefully.
Do you think they'll have Dulce de Leche there?
Jesus.
No. So I've gone about this completely differently from you, Josh. I have been avoiding side quests like the plague.
I can't do that.
I would have to. I think that's the key. I think you found the way to beat a Rockstar game.
Exactly.
I beat Vice City a long time ago doing everything. But yes, yeah.
Wow, really? I beat Vice City and I couldn't remember what it was that kept me in there. And now thinking back, maybe this was it. Maybe I did it the same way. By completely avoiding the side stuff and by just mainlining the story quests.
I think I just drove around listening to 80s music and that was what kept me going.
That was what kept you going too. What a soundtrack to that game. But I've been just focusing on anytime there was a possible mission doing that. I have no interest in doing things like playing poker or even doing the bounties. And then they have stuff like, I guess the bounties are interesting enough, but they're all the same. You're just chasing someone down and killing them, and it's
no. You shoot them in the leg, then you hog tie them and put them on your horse and take them back.
Ah, good call. But so the side quests, I've just been totally avoiding them, and by doing it in that way, I really, really enjoyed it. So I completed it, and I know when I told both of you that, your minds were blown.
Yeah.
You just couldn't believe it.
I was like, yeah, he must have just mainlined it.
Yeah, I totally did. And I think what did I tell you? It took me like four evenings or something, maybe.
You said 10 hours or something since Mexico.
10 hours, yeah. And that was, I think I had like 2 quests to do before I got to Mexico. So I played this maybe a year and a half ago, and I had done a lot of the side stuff. I did enjoy, Josh, the sharpshooter challenges. So hunting down the animals of different types. And I did some of the survivalist stuff, picking the different plants. Just when I happened to be in an area and spotted one that was the current one that I had to check off, I would run around in a general area and try to finish that one off. And I did enjoy those, but apart from those, I basically avoided all the side quest stuff. And I have to say, I think Red Dead Redemption is up there. It and L.A. Noire are definitely, easily the two of those are my favorite Rockstar games.
I still haven't played L.A. Noire.
Yeah, L.A. Noire is really, really good. The story is just a bit patchy. It doesn't hold together as well as it should. But the fact that it's more focused and the quests are so much more interesting. And they tried to do something different with the interrogation scenes. I highly recommend you check it out because it is so different from anything else you've ever played as well. The interrogation scenes are really interesting. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption, it's if it was just go do this story and go do that quest and go do that quest, I think if it was structured like L.A. Noire, it would definitely be my favorite Rockstar game. And the reason for that is the setting. The setting is absolutely the star here. The beautiful landscapes, and it's quite sparse as well, but it's in a really strange way. Whereas some of these games, when they're sparse and open, they are boring. I found this relaxing, and I found it more enjoyable that it was sparse. It was more believable. It was more, again, it made me appreciate the areas where there was stuff going on, and even just riding a horse from one to the other, and the subtle background music, and I found it really relaxing. I enjoyed the few evenings that I spent playing it.
That's kind of a good point. It's a good way to not have to fill in. Not that you don't have to make the world feel alive if you just make it a setting where there's not going to be a lot of people. Whereas GTA, like, you're setting yourself up for like, how could you possibly have enough people in a fake New York City video?
Totally. Or even an Assassin's Creed game where they have everything is filled out with an icon, or what's the other big one that I'm trying to think of right now?
Far Cry?
Oh no, The Witcher 3. Where there's so much going on and the world is so big you could basically never complete it.
Yeah.
But as well, it's got a relatable main character is John Marston, and he's got a single minded focus as well. And that's his wife and kid have been taken from him, and he's been blackmailed into doing, hunting down his former crewmates or his former gang members. And because that was his single focus, I found I could use this to be my single focus. He's not going to be off playing poker. He's not going to be off. Like, in every story scene that he does, he's talking about his wife and kid. That's all he cares about. And it makes the story all that more interesting as well, because you're mowing down people with Gatling guns. You're killing people and thinking nothing of it. And it gets to that question of, what would you do for the sake of your family?
I was about to ask how is that relatable to you, because
you once had your family kidnapped by.
It's more that he's a guy that is, he feels he's done bad in the past and he's trying to change his ways, and it's, everyone is trying to do better, and everyone's just trying to survive as well. And he's a pretty good character, and there's other interesting characters in there as well. There's a couple of strong female characters. Bonnie, who you meet early in the game, is basically running her ranch, and her father basically wished he had a son, and it's just there's some pretty interesting characters. There's, on the flip side of that, there's some pretty annoying characters, like ridiculous stereotypes, or one is a crazy racist, and it's kind of that thing of Rockstar where they have a tendency to do this, and they had the psychopath Trevor in GTA 5.
Yeah.
And it's like, and at what point does the joke become unfunny, and is it just distasteful? And it's like, you expect those characters from Rockstar, and you try not to hold it against them too much, but at the same time, could it be a little more mature, and could they get past that joke quicker and get to the point? But
you can be subtle, like they kind of hit you over the head with it, with those.
Yeah,
the character work isn't always so good, except I think John Marston's probably the best character work they've ever done.
Yeah, I would say so. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, they do beat you over the head with it. I mean, this one's a little different because it's taking place in a period of time where, I mean, frankly, there was a lot of racism. I mean, not like there isn't nowadays too, but I mean, at least in if you're playing in New York City or Liberty City, you at least have the chance to run into people that may not be, complete, stereotypical racists, xenophobes, whatever. So, I mean, this one at least I can at least understand to some extent, but they do have a tendency to run the joke into the ground.
And I guess the other thing about it is that like all of this is more believable because this is an environment and this is a setting that I don't know anything about. I haven't watched Westerns, and how realistic are they anyway? So this is a setting that I really am unfamiliar with. So I'm willing to give it a bit more artistic license and suspend my disbelief more than I do for the GTA games and some of the others.
There's some creative licensing taken with Wild West movies and things like that. So
totally.
Go watch Deadwood.
Yeah, Deadwood is fantastic. Okay, in fairness, I have watched Deadwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swedgen.
Exactly how it happened.
It's so good. And the soundtrack's amazing. Definitely, I guess Vice City is a pretty great soundtrack in another way. But I'm sure this is all original score, isn't it? And it is just...
no, I mean, it's the Wild West. Music. You get the Wild West radio station, plays mostly pop music. So...
Country rock. I really enjoy just like hopping on the horse and going from one area to another. Only did I ever send you that screenshot that I took of where I finish off a quest and the only next quest is basically on the whole other side of the map. and that is one of my big problems. Like a couple of my big problems, and these are issues.
There's fast travel.
There's a kind of fast travel. Yeah, there's...
You have to pay for it each time, right?
Yeah, and usually you have enough money. I wasn't really spending money on anything else.
Yeah, if you just make a campsite, you can fast travel from your campsite.
Oh, I did not know that.
Whoa.
Wait, how can you fast travel from your campsite?
You just go to your menu, pick the campsite. I mean, you got to find a place outside of town to use it. But you just go there, and then it gives you the option to save, change outfits, or travel to a spot.
Damn, watch this space. Okay, I'm going to check that one out.
Wow.
Why do people tell me this before I play a whole game?
You could have beat it in 4 hours.
But obviously, the other issues with it are typical Rockstar issues. The gunplay is just bad. I'm playing it on console, and I just don't like it. I found myself getting frustrated. There's that constant thing of if you play it on a higher difficulty, I'll die all the time, and it'll be like, where was that guy shooting me from? Because it feels like the enemy damage is way higher, and they kill me before I even know it. So then what I end up doing is like dropping the difficulty down to casual, and all I was doing was just left trigger to quick aim, right trigger to shoot, left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, and that was it, basically the whole way through the game. So again, that's why I was able to get through it so quickly. But at no point did I
removing all challenge.
Basically,
yeah. You said you moved it down to easy or casual.
I think I tried playing a medium as well, but it's just like the quests aren't that like the actual gameplay parts aren't that interesting. The chases, I've never found chases in GTA games to be interesting. I've never found shooting in GTA games to be interesting, and it's like, so why would I want to replay? When I die and have to replay 3 times, I'm just like, should I give up on this game completely? And instead I decided, no, just screw the difficulty. I'll just play it at the lowest.
On the plus side, Red Dead does have the Deadeye meter, which gives you that slow-mo, which makes those Because those chases are kind of obnoxious, but on the very least, you could at least use Deadeye and shoot the damn guys coming after you by slowing down time. But
that's true. It definitely is much better than other GTA games because of that. Adding the Deadeye and the duels, where you're basically doing the quick draw. Definitely a couple of interesting mechanics, and I would look forward to Red Dead Redemption 2. Hopefully they've done more with it. But then with Rockstar, they never make the shooting that much better, so who knows? Maybe you could get it on PC and it might be a lot better.
Is it? It's not announced for PC though, is it?
Oh wow! I would have thought it would be shoo-in. They must have made so much money off GTA 5 on PC.
It's got to be coming to PC,
Probably.
But like the original one didn't, and it's one that will never come to PC. Like I've heard quotes of the creators just being like, "We actually don't know how we got this code to compile for console, and we're never gonna get it to work." Like trying to change it for anything else, so that's staying there. But hopefully, you'd think that they plan ahead a little bit for number 2.
Yeah. Well, the save thing I had a problem with, but maybe Josh says that there was a better way I could have been doing it, and the quest as well. Just this idea of, oh, that's that person's name on the map, and that's that person's name on the map, and you go to them for quests. At this point, that screams to me so much Rockstar video game that it takes me out of the story. I just wish Rockstar would do... Imagine if Rockstar put their mind to doing a cinematic game in the vein of The Last of Us, in the vein of Uncharted.
You think they could do it?
I think they could, absolutely. I think it could be amazing. Like GTA 5 in many ways, from what I heard, was like cinematic and was an epic story. Was like, I would love to see them focus in that way instead of worrying about all these silly side quests like, you know, poker and bounties and rounding up cows and horses and breaking horses. And what's the other one? Oh, playing night watchman and walking around a farm with a dog. But it's like, and I get that it plays into the story. There's reasons they have you do that stuff, but it would still be nice if that stuff was actually fun.
Right.
It's mostly like, you know, you beat the game in 6 hours, right? Or from where you were before, which wasn't too far.
No, that was me with Cuphead.
Yeah. Okay.
It took me about 10, and that was probably after it taken me 8 or 10 when I was doing more side missions and stuff.
I was gonna say that's just filler because their narrative is so weak, but I can't say that, especially for.
It does work in context, like poker, and that doesn't really matter as much. But the stuff that you're doing on a farm, you are meant to be a rancher, and you were saved, and you are trying to help out someone with their farm. So,
right.
So there is context to it. So that I respect that.
Yeah.
And I guess then there's just some crazy glitches and stuff that's typical of GTA as well. At one point, I was doing a quest where you had to hop onto a train, but as you ride alongside the train, there's no there's no prompt to jump onto the train. I think you actually have to jump off your horse and then try to mantle up onto the train. And at some point, it hit my horse, and then just I think everything exploded. And another time, I hopped off the horse, and it looked like the horse glitched through the train. And then I went to climb up, and I glitched through the train. And then I was in the sky, like miles up in the sky, and I couldn't even commit suicide or anything. I couldn't even. There was nothing to jump off and land and die and be able to reload. I had to go to the menu and just completely reload. Which I guess, in fairness, this is an older game, so.
It's also a Rockstar game. They do.
You wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah.
But in general, I really enjoyed it. And it did make me think, Ellie, you mentioned, could I go back to GTA 5 now and give it a go? I think I could. I think I might get more bored of it because I don't appreciate the setting as much. And hopefully the soundtrack is good. But at least this says to me, there is a way of me beating a Rockstar game. There is a way of me playing another type of game that I had already just completely dismissed and said, I'm never going to do that. I found a way to be able to focus on and do it and knock it out the backlog. And it's like, that makes me optimistic about all this.
Good work. Yeah. I don't think to this day I finished a Rockstar game, and the open world games that I can finish have no rhyme or reason. Like Zelda was no problem. And what's the Hong Kong one? Sleeping Dogs was no problem. Just like random this game and that, suddenly I can play it without even...
is it the unfamiliar setting, though? Hong Kong was different. It looked different. It felt different. And the fact that it was in, like, half the dialogue was in Chinese and half of it, well, Mandarin, or is it Mandarin in Hong Kong?
I think it's
Cantonese.
Cantonese, sorry. And then a little bit of it was in English as well. But I think something about that whole setting being different makes it more interesting, for me at least.
That's true. Driving on the left side of the road was a wild ride for me. And I loved doing it. I loved like following the rules of the road and being like, okay, so like I can make the quick left turn, but I got to make the long right turn. And
this also makes me think, should I go and just mainline Yakuza? But then when I think about how much fun and how hilarious the side quests are.
Oh yeah, you got to do the whole thing. You got to experience.
I'll never beat it then.
Nope. But you'll always have it to go back to.
Well, what about you, Elliot? What have you been playing?
Not a whole lot. I played a little bit more Xenogears.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, like, I think I've done the first dungeon. So I went through I honestly didn't play. I played maybe 30, maybe an hour or more.
Oh, jeez.
And I just got to Dazil.
Oh, okay.
The city in the sand.
Yeah.
Did the first dungeon, and a lot of it is coming back to me. Like what you mentioned in the last episode, Josh, where you can jump and get into a fight, random encounter while you're in the air, and then you just drop straight down.
Yeah,
that happened.
Happened a couple times.
Oh no,
a little annoying.
The forest you start out in, or near the beginning of the game, has a couple jumps that'll.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, ease me into it. Good lord, it's a quick dungeon at least. It's just like those two areas, and like I'm playing like laying in bed pretty late, so I'm already kind of tired, and they just hit you with like layers to the story already, where you're like. I'm like, I can't think this hard about this right now. Like I there's already been like 2 cutscenes, which I forgot they even have cutscenes. They have these really nicely drawn and horribly synced anime cutscenes.
Yeah, they're terrible.
And they're filled with like layers of metaphor and symbolism like right away. And I'm just like, oh man, I told myself when I was starting to play this through again that I'm gonna, I'm older. I've read more. I'm gonna like pay attention and actually like understand the story as I go through it. And like as soon as those cutscenes finished, I'm like, what did I like? Fuck, I'm gonna have to go through and like watch what I just played on YouTube because I'm lost already. Well, but
the thing about those cutscenes is like you get like 10 of them in the first like 5 hours of the game, and then you never see another one for like the next 60.
It's so true. It's so true. So it's going. I got to the first town, and like I haven't been exploring much because the what do you call it? The frame is the camera's pulled in too tight, and it's an overhead view, and it's kind of like I go into the dungeon and I can't see enough of my surroundings to know which direction to go in. So like there's no cues. Like you start off and actually it's the second part of the dungeon. They kind of drop you in the middle and you can rotate the camera and it just looks like a wide clearing and you don't know where to start and you don't want to make the wrong move because random encounters are so annoying. You'll get in 6 before you figure out which direction was the right way to go.
Oh no.
So I just kind of, it's just, if it pulled out just like a couple of degrees more, it'd be really good. But then, so I guessed right on my second try or something like that. And then you get to like a better vantage point and you see like 3 or 4 items on the ground that I missed. I'm like, do I want to go back and grab them?
This sounds horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah, it is. It's of its time. But like, I don't know. It is what it is. And I can appreciate it for what it is because I've got the nostalgia and I played it before. And
would Square ever go back in and do a PS4 remaster a la Final Fantasy VII where you could switch off random encounters and speed up?
I see what you're saying now. I thought you meant like the F7 remake.
No.
They could, but I don't think they would. It's just not big enough.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the IP is tied up right now. Like technically
Monolith Monolith Soft or Bandai Namco has got it or something. They might still have. They might have the Square might have the Gears IP, but Xeno part is up for debate.
Yeah. It's pretty muddled, but it is such a mature game. Like I couldn't believe I was playing that at 14 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, it's deep.
It's pretty cool.
And yeah, I'm still enjoying it, but I'm going through slowly. I'm playing on my Vita, which helps. But it's mostly been like when I go to bed at night kind of thing. But I'll keep playing it. I'm surprised. Like my litmus test is if I start it and then turn it off and pick it up again more than a day later, then maybe I'll keep going. And I did that, so
yep.
I feel pretty good about it. But other than that, that's all I've really got going on.
Well, multiplayer games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we played some pretty exciting rounds of Fortnite.
Yep.
Is that what you're getting at?
Fortnite and Borderlands 2. But yeah, Fortnite was a lot of fun. It's pity Josh wasn't on to play.
Sorry.
We were playing a squad. We only had the three of us. It was myself, Elliot, and friend of the show, Jorge. But it was good times. We're all still finding our feet, and that was the first time we had played it on PC, basically. Well, maybe the second time. We got a couple of kills. Do you remember? Did we get any high finishes as a team at all, Elliot? Maybe not.
I think maybe the best was 9th, maybe 6th. We got pretty close, but not as close as we did the last time we played when we were the last two.
Yeah. We gotta get Josh back up there.
We need a 4 squad team. We need a 4. Like that's what. Like we haven't tried it yet, and we've gotten so close to winning with 3. And
that's true. Yeah, maybe we should try and stream a little bit this evening.
We also need to try out the PUBG experimental server because they've got the new map on there, the smaller size map.
Oh, that's right. How much of that did you play, Josh?
I played a few hours of it with some other friends. And
wait, other
friends, yes, other friends.
You fuck,
cheating on you guys. Sorry. But yeah, we got top 2, couple top 2 squads a couple times. It's definitely it definitely helps you practice your early game stuff. I mean, if you can get to a place that's not as hot originally, then you do have a much higher chance of survival, which makes sense. But and we did a lot better when we found those places. But the circle moves a lot fast. Well, the timer for the circle moves a lot faster. The circle itself moves slower. So it shrinks a lot more quickly. So, or the game map shrinks more quickly overall, and so you're constantly being funneled in to kill each other, and it's a lot of fun. It's just and the map's actually pretty good looking. It's like a tropical island type thing. So
oh man,
cool, like Far Cry 1 style.
Yeah, kind of actually, yeah. And they've got jet skis. We had a 3-man team, and they've
wait,
what?
Oh, jet skis.
Yeah, we had a 3-man team, and my teammates decided to leave me, and I was like, fine, I'll just catch up. I'll just start running. God,
that's so cool.
And then they found another jet ski, and so they switched. One dude jumped off, and it came back for me. But
is there a lot of water territory on the map? Like
there's a
like rivers.
There's a couple rivers on the map. They're not that big. I mean, it is an island again, so you can always go around, I guess. But the circles, the circles again moving faster, so you're not really going to be on the edge that much.
That's exciting. I wonder when that's going to get pushed to the full release.
I'm not sure, but download the experimental server. We can play some later tonight.
Yeah, I gotta start that up. I feel like I download it whenever there's a new.
Well, this is different. There's the test server, and then there's the experimental server.
Oh,
so now, you need to download the experimental server.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. Jeez, I don't know why there's 2 separate ones in my Steam library, but you want that. You want that one.
Then they'll have the sample server in a few months, and then they'll add the
debug server, beta server.
Yeah.
What else have we been playing? Oh, Borderlands.
Yeah, that's our game that we rolled last episode for our backlog roulette. We're gonna co-op the shit out of it.
Josh, have you any tips for us?
Yeah, you should actually play it.
That's a great start. Yeah. We did play it once.
I definitely have to give it a little run myself, I think, because again, when me and you were playing it, I felt like I was spending more time just in a menu trying to compare 2 guns than we were actually doing it.
I mean, you're going to come across that, and just because the game is a loot game, so you're going to be constantly checking stuff to see if you found something better. I guess one thing I will say is you don't really have to do side quests, but at some point, I think the main quests you won't be meeting the level requirements unless you go do extra stuff. So you probably should do some side quests along the way.
It seemed a pretty funny game, at least. I know Claptrap can be a bit annoying, but still, the jokes are good.
There are some annoying characters, but yeah, I like the humor overall.
Better than the first one, I thought. I thought the jokes actually land a lot more than in Borderlands 1.
Yeah, I agree. Handsome Jack's pretty funny as well.
Yeah.
I think my favorite joke in the game, we haven't gotten to it yet, but there's a callback joke like at the end of the game to the very beginning, which is a pretty good one.
Oh.
But yeah.
If we ever get there,
if we ever get there. God, it'd be fun to just like go from like 9 p.m. and just play the whole like 3 a.m. and just like bag of Doritos and Mountain Dews and just like
the Jeff Cayley Memorial Borderlands 2 run.
The stream is dedicated to Jeff Cayley.
All right, but yeah, we'll play some more of that, I guess. And I mean, we're not going to finish it before the next roulette, but it's just something I thought we should at least give a shot for a while. And get them. It's
good to have an ongoing single player co-op because we just don't do that enough.
Totally.
Then I got to pick another game that we'll roll next week or next episode.
Ellie, did you seriously say single player co-op? You meant story based co-op.
I meant like off. Yeah,
offline.
Or like not multi.
PvE
competitive
is the general term these days.
Yeah.
PvE.
Yeah. Non-competitive. Well, that's co-op. Well, I'll work on it. In the meantime, we got our first fan letter, guys. Our very first.
We have fans. We've got fans.
Fan letter. First fan letter.
Yeah, so
a friend of ours. So it was a friend of ours on the Resetera and Discord servers and stuff. She goes by Spider.
Yes.
And she wrote us a very nice email. I'm just going to go over it. She talked about her favorite moments with the podcast. I know she wanted Josh to read it impersonating her.
I'm not doing that. I am not going to insult the entire continent.
Are you serious? Our first listener email and you're not even going to do it? God damn, lads. You won't be getting a second one.
I am not doing that. Sorry, Spider.
So she says she's listened to all of our episodes. Thank you
that's nice.
So much for listening. Yeah. She enjoys the camaraderie. I like the camaraderie that you three have got going, and your humor is very good. Except that period where everything was toilet humor. That wasn't so great.
Was it? Wait, was that Eric? I think that was all Eric's fault. We're not taking.
That's right, the toilet episode.
Look, we're 12-year-olds at heart, okay?
Everyone is. I would need to refresh my memory for favorite episodes, but I like the one where you had the PUBG retelling about how you managed to panic fail together.
It's a great clip. Just go watch the clip, though. We didn't even do it justice. God, the clip is so good.
It's on YouTube. It's called PUBG Panic. And I just clipped out the like 2 or 3 minutes of us completely falling apart. And it was very enjoyable.
We're so smooth.
I greatly love the episode where Elliot played Crusader Kings.
I like that one too.
All-time favorite. I liked it too. I thought I did a great job.
It's a fun story. Shit, and I still haven't played it. I gotta play some and bring back a few stories of my own.
I haven't played it since then, so I would love to. Is there a multiplayer component? I feel like there is. Might be like in a way, but maybe it's like a LAN thing. Let's see. Where else are we?
Yeah, you gotta read the second part of that. It made me want to play the game just to live a crazy life of continuously plotting to kill everyone around me.
Yes,
me too.
That's how I felt. It was, when a game goes slow, you kind of are like, I need to fucking make something happen here, and that's the only thing you can do.
Should I read the next part?
Yeah. You can take it. You can take it from here.
So, Stevo's anguish in the 25th episode at Josh's 6 hours Cuphead run is also spectacularly entertaining.
6 hours.
Poor Stevo.
6 hours. How did he do it in 6 hours?
Poor Stevo. Josh's continuous and immodest bragging at being good at video games is also hilarious and very charming in the way that I am glad I do not have him as a gamer friend.
It's true. This is the worst part of
smarmy
the podcast,
bastard.
is having Josh.
But yeah, all in all, she says a lot of very wonderful stuff, and I look forward to each episode because you guys have been my commute friends, even if you don't know me. So keep up the good work, lads.
Cheers, Spider.
P.S. Yeah. I need to ask Josh if he ever gets to unlock Dante and Nocturne. You do, but it's way later in the game, like near the very end if you're doing the optional stuff.
Did you do it? Did you get him?
Not yet. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because you have to go the true demon route, which requires you to complete the optional dungeon, which is massive and takes forever. And I didn't do that the first time I played through it, so this time I am going for that. I'm just not there yet.
Is he a playable character? Can you
Yeah, you can. He's basically a demon, for lack of a better term, on your party.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, he's got he's got like his own moves and whatnot. But yeah, you can recruit him. She says that PPS. I am now writing my 4 games that have affected me greatly as a gamer and as a girl gamer. And then postscript. Xenogears mechas for the girls had pink colors, boobs, and heels. I was out at that point.
Yeah. So this is something that she mentioned, and she mentioned it on Twitter last week, and I totally forgot, having played through the first time, that like they give the female characters in the game stereotypically, like they give the gears are like lighter colored or pink, and they clearly have breasts, and they clearly have high heels. And
how does that even make sense?
That's not fair. Kelvena has a mech that's shaped like a dolphin. But yeah, it's true. But I mean, to be fair, I think you look back on old, like, I never really watched Gundam, but I have watched like old mech anime, and it's not exactly solely a Xenogears thing.
No. I'm sure it's not, and it's something that, like, as a kid in that time, I just didn't notice.
Yeah.
But
like, now that's the girl. I got it.
This is like, how? It's just so juvenile. I can't believe that they. Yeah, it's and of course the gears that go to male characters are like the biggest ones and the strongest ones. They have clearly defined pectoral muscles and biceps.
So I will at least say this in defense of Xenogears, because eventually at one point you get a little tiny girl named Maria on your team, and her gear is the biggest gear in the game. It's massive. Oh, yeah. It's massive. She's useless in battle on foot, but in her gear, she's like just a tank.
Is it Seebsane or Oxane or something?
Seebsane, yeah. Or Seebsane? Yeah. I don't know. I think it means 17. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a beast. But yeah, Ellie's gear is
Yeah. Good to know. Thanks for reminding us about that, Spider. And thanks so much for your email. It was very awesome to get. And if anyone else would like to send us an email that we will read on the show and talk about, just send it to us at questions@ratherbycast.com.
Cheers.
Join the conversation. But moving on, as thank you again, Spider, but moving on, we've got something that we've been doing for the past, a little over 4 months now. Elliot, want to tell us about it?
We've been not buying new games.
I know.
2018, we set our, as we've talked about a lot this year, we set a resolution to not buy any new games because we bought just about everything imaginable in 2017, and it was...
and so much before that. And it's actually worked.
Yeah, it goes
We've all beaten games because of this.
It's true. It's been amazing, and we've saved money on it. We've been able to focus on, without the distraction of having to get a new game, we've been able to focus on these great games that we had. 2017 was insanely good, and I didn't want to just get all these games and then not play them and just buy new games for 2018. But that said, the games coming out now are starting to get pretty tempting. We're being challenged our hardest right now. So if you notice, I wrote a little story, just like an article on our website. It's up there right now if you want to check it out. Basically just talking about how we're doing 5 months into not having bought any new games. Like, what have we missed? What do we wish we could get? What are we afraid of coming up?
I want Data Boy. I want God of War so badly.
Yeah.
And Ellie, you're a cruel bastard, saying that you'll get it yourself out of your current PSN cash, and that you'll get it for Josh as well for his birthday.
Yeah.
I swear I'm quitting the podcast.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
You guys, we did this all wrong. We should have started with, "Hi, I'm Josh, and I have been game free for 4 months now." Hi, Josh.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing.
But,
so yeah, I laid out my case pretty well. I think my biggest ones were Celeste at the start. It would be so good to have on the Switch. Like I haven't even turned on my Switch in so long because there's nothing. I did get Night in the Woods from Josh, and I'm waiting to play that as well. But there's nothing like pulling me towards it other than like getting more moons or getting more Korok seeds. So it's just kind of sat there, and if I had a game like Celeste on there or Hollow Knight coming out soon, it would make a big difference.
Yeah, totally.
Monster Hunter World was the other big one, which I know, Stevo, you were wanting to get for a while as well.
Yeah, but it was one that definitely would have been like if we were all able to buy games.
Yes,
we all could have got it. Maybe.
Oh,
you wanted it
just like Destiny
co-op. Yeah. Well,
maybe. Actually, no. From what I hear, again, the fact that you could play it, lower level characters and higher level characters could play together and it still works. I think that might have made all the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been, and hopefully it's still active in 2019 and we can give it a shot then on the cheap. But yeah, that one was tough just because as you can hear us talking about Fortnite, you hear us talking about Borderlands. Like we're always on the lookout for games we can play together. And that was pretty much checked all the boxes for us and we couldn't get it. And it came out in January. So close.
Yeah. And God of War now, just every podcast that I listen to, people are talking about how great it is, talking about how it's the newest, best cinematic experience. I need a story.
And that's what you're after.
No, I seriously, I'm like a drug addict needing a hit. I just really want a good cinematic story, a la The Last of Us or this. Oh God, I want to break it so badly. I just want to go buy it.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, and then the next one coming out is Red Dead Redemption in September, is it?
Yeah.
And or when is what's the other big one? Oh, Spider-Man. When's Spider-Man due?
I think it's October.
Yeah,
October maybe. It's a fall release. Spider-Man's.
I think those are going to be the two as well. If I hear that Red Dead Redemption's story is amazing after playing the first one, I'm really going to want to jump on that too. But
yeah.
Yep. And then not to mention the other fall releases that I'm sure we haven't heard about. Smash Brothers is due out for 2018. And of course, the Christmas sales, the holiday sales, just like all the games that came out that you can rake in for cheap.
We'll just be sitting there going, God, I hope the winter sale goes until January 2.
It usually does.
Yeah, I know.
Watch this be the first year it doesn't.
Well, I've got $20 to burn on the PlayStation Store because of Sony rewards. Something tells me I'm not going to get God of War for that anytime soon.
Eventually.
Next year, 2019. I'll have bought it on the 1st of January 2019 already for whatever it costs.
Yeah, I think so. I've got 70 on PSN, and my dilemma is: do I want to blow it all? Not even halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And when do you do it? When do you spend it all? Do we wait for sales? Do I just put it all in Spider-Man? I feel like, and I said it's an article, I feel like it's going to be like every RPG I've ever played where you get that 1 mega elixir in the game and you just hold on to it until you really need it. And then you finish the game and it's still in your inventory.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Come January 1st.
Yep. Anything for you, Josh?
No, other than what's already been mentioned, SMT Strange Journey comes out in a couple days, but
Ooh,
I'm not.
That's a good one.
And the changes they added to it actually sound really, really good, but.
Yeah, what do you think you're going to want for your birthday?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet. So we'll see. I got a little over a month to figure that out.
Yeah.
Maybe Dad of Boy. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm so jealous.
I mean, the gift. Honestly, the gift to me would just not nobody buys it for Stevo.
Yeah, it would be awesome to talk about it with Josh. And since I edit the podcast, we could just like take Stevo off and do a spoiler chat.
I hate you so much.
We'll see. It's tempting, but I don't know if I'm ready to get it for myself. So we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, I think that's I'm glad we've made it 4 months so far. Well, a little over 4 months. We've got 8 more to go.
Yeah, that's the hard part. We'll see how it goes. It was pretty easy to at least look the other way, but with God of War, the reality is starting to sink in about how hard this is going to be. So,
yep,
we'll have some more updates in a couple months, probably.
Yep.
But in the meantime, we've got some news we can go through real quick. 1-sentence news, guys.
All right, let's go.
All right. Let's start with the first one, the big one, Switch Online. Details are finally out. It'll be $20 a month for individuals, $35 a month for families. It includes online play, 20 NES games, cloud save backups, no virtual console. They said they won't be having classics released under the virtual console banner.
Yeah,
that means.
I think it's just a rebrand, but it still sounds like really weird how they're doing it. I don't know. I'll see how it plays out for a bit before I jump onto that.
Yeah. I'm going to get it right away.
Yeah, Josh, I agree, by the way.
I've got a question about it. What are the 20 NES games? As in, they give you those for free if you sign up?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a thing where if you stop subscribing, if they take them away. But
you would guess
they haven't announced, they haven't said what all of them are going to be yet, but it's probably going to be like Mario, Zelda, Zelda 2, Balloon Hunter, Donkey Kong.
Balloon Hunter?
Excite Bike. Balloon Fight?
World.
It's Balloon Fight, yeah. Etc. Like,
yeah. Probably similar to what's on the NES Classic.
I'm just glad I never owned any virtual console games because you guys are getting screwed yet again.
I still have them. I still have them all on my Wii U, though.
Who wants to boot up an old system that's not your current system? Come on. I said this. Xbox One backward compatibility is amazing. Playing Red Dead Redemption on it was the way to do it. It was so good. And the fact that instead of Switch providing some backward compatibility to these games that you've bought over and over and over again and going the Microsoft route, instead they've gone the Sony route and said, screw you, pay us again. And that kind of breaks my heart, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, when those virtual console games start becoming available on Switch, because they said it won't be under that banner, so we have to believe that at some point Nintendo's going to be like, here's Mario again, you get the 20, and they're all going to have, where appropriate, online play added as well. So that's extra content. I guess I can kind of see them charging for those again, but if we see those games in classic form again, I'm not optimistic that we'll get them for free if we already bought them, but it'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
There's no unified Nintendo Network account. They don't know what you bought anyway.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well.
There is, though. There's a unified network account.
Yeah,
unless that was a joke.
No, but I mean, not tied to your old virtual console purchases, is it?
It's tied to your Wii U console purchases, but no, it's not on your Wii.
Okay.
Okay, so the games on Wii Virtual Console, when they re-released for Wii U, you bought them for a discount.
Oh.
So it did know that you had them.
Okay. Maybe they got it then. All right. We'll see.
One way or another. Yeah, so I mean, I'll get it right away. It's only $20 a month, and it's for online play. And you get, $20 a year. I wrote that wrong. It's a great deal. And the cloud backups.
Cloud backups, but no local backups. Also questionable. But $20 with 20 games and cloud backups. I think that's pretty reasonable. I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Next one, Destiny 2. Remember that game? The second expansion, which is the last of the content that came in the season pass, has released, called Warmind. It contains 3 new raids. 2 of them are recycled content, and 1 is a PS4 exclusive.
Ooh.
I am shocked.
This is. I gotta say, I kind of am. Like, after the flack Bungie's been getting,
yeah, but it's clear they haven't learned.
They still don't give a shit. Isn't that nuts?
But isn't this what they did with Year 1 as well? They messed up with the DLC for a little while, and then they decided to focus on one good one, and then that convinced everyone to get back in and play it. Now, they've got a lot more competition in the online shooter space in general now. People are playing all kinds of online massive multiplayer games, like Battle Royale games being the big thing. Like, I'm guessing that this is certainly not going to get anyone back there playing, and especially since they've fractured their own game by making one of the raids PS4 exclusive. Can you imagine how raging you would be?
They've been doing the PS4 exclusive thing for a while, though. They did that with Destiny 1 and 2. It's just a timed exclusivity thing they had.
Yeah, but you need people's goodwill at this point.
Especially PC players who you already screwed over by, like, because the PC version came out late, and then, like, within a month, the content that was, when the first expansion came out, content got taken away and locked behind the first expansion. So everyone else had like 4 or 5 months to play. PC players had 1 month. So it was just a little unfair.
Yeah, you're right.
Again, I am shocked.
Dark Souls Remastered Network Test came and went, and none of us played it. So that's all we've got to say. I can't believe I forgot. I downloaded it, but fuck.
Yeah, come on, though. It's Dark Souls. We know what it's like. It's a great game. Yeah. Did you ever play it all the way through, Elliot? How far did you get into it?
Not very far. I'm focusing on Demon Souls, which I'm not even focusing on. We'll skip down to Rocket League. Cross-platform parties are starting July or August.
Finally.
There was a big summer roadmap for 2018 they announced. This month in May, we're getting a new arena. Start of Season 8. New music, blah, blah, blah. June, summer-themed game event. Championships, new DLC. July is the anniversary for Rocket League. I think it's the 3rd, and they're gonna do the cross-platform parties sometime either July or August. There'll be you can register an in-game ID, whatever you want, and you'll get like the # and then four digits afterwards, kind of like Blizzard does their friend codes.
That's smart.
They're making updates to XP. They're making updates to leveling and how it works. They'll have double XP weekends, which you've seen in other games like Overwatch. You get a party bonus, an XP bonus for playing with friends. You get a penalty for leaving the game early, etc.
Good.
A lot of updates here. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it's great that they're doing the cross-platform play. I just hope Sony will get on board at some point. I know it's probably not going to be anytime soon. And also, I'm really excited about the XP stuff. It seems like the XP really doesn't matter right now. I may never get to Rocketeer. And apart from that, there's nothing to aim for right now at all.
I don't know or care what level I am on.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to have that count more. We saw some screens from Final Fantasy XI Mobile, which was announced a long time ago and people forgot about, and now it's like, oh shit, it exists and it's probably coming.
Yeah, I thought that thing was dead, but if they somehow make it like free to play and no subscription, and I don't know, maybe if they release it to Switch, that'd be good, because I just don't feel like playing an MMO on my phone.
Yeah, it's being developed by a company known for doing free to play games. So.
Right.
And yeah, it's got to come to Switch. It's gotta.
Yeah, I just don't feel like playing an MMO on my life.
No.
Oh, I would not dedicate a lot of time to it, but I would at least give it a shot.
It's actually pretty good. The stories are pretty good in that one. I played it for quite a bit back in college, but I'd love to get back to it. I just want to pay. And this year I can't anyway, so maybe next year. Switch Pro Controller works on Steam Link. That's a few weeks old, but that's exciting. More options. It's a great controller.
Yeah. Elliot, maybe we'll give it a go and we'll finally be convinced, as you are, that it's the greatest controller ever.
It's not the greatest ever. I still think the Xbox One is really good.
I like the Xbox.
The only thing it's missing is the analog triggers, and then it'd be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But the battery life is awesome. Bethesda says that they're going to give their longest E3 presentation yet this year.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that means Elder Scrolls 6. Maybe
it means more Elder Scrolls 5 ports.
Oh, yeah. Or I would love a Morrowind remaster. Give me Morrowind with like Skyrim leveling.
You can have it. Elder Scrolls Online, buddy. It's already out.
No, it's different.
Yeah, I have no idea what's coming there and looking forward to seeing it.
It's got to be 6. Because it can't be Fallout 5. They alternate, right?
Yeah.
Fallout 4 just came out, so it's got to be Elder Scrolls 6. And I'm sure that won't be out till like 2020.
Yeah.
But probably PS6 launch game. You heard it here first, folks. Last bit we're going to go over real quick. Nobuo Uematsu, the famed Final Fantasy series composer who said he wasn't going to be involved with Final Fantasy VII Remake, says that now he is involved in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So that's exciting.
Neat.
Yeah.
That says better. Like,
oh, shit. I haven't been doing my sentences. I've just been hashing these. Oh, well. All right.
Oh,
good.
Actually, I'm going to throw something else in here.
Oh, no.
Let's do a backlog roulette just for me. I can't really decide what I'm going to play. You guys, any suggestions? I've got 3 for myself if you just can't think of anything, but anything you want me to play?
Oh, yeah.
Cuphead on expert mode.
Go fuck yourself, Josh.
Destiny 2.
Dream Daddy.
Oh, no, wait. I forgot to buy that for myself. I'm an
You
idiot.
bought it for us. I would give you I would tell you to get Aria of Sorrow on Wii U, which is the next best Castlevania game.
Oh, wait, that could be a good one. What Zelda do I have on? Oh, yeah.
Wait,
okay,
fucking play Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Okay, Wind Waker has to be one of them. Okay. I've got another one of them is going to be Final Fantasy X. I still have never played a Final Fantasy game. Josh looks unimpressed. Josh does not believe that's going to happen. Talk to me.
If you roll it, he won't roll it. It's okay.
Josh, what's that look? Come on, explain yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you'll give it a shot, but I guarantee you'll come back in a week and be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm good."
Really? Why? What about it?
I don't know. I just got a feeling. I just don't know.
Okay, the other ones that I was thinking of was another one that Elliot's gonna share. Oh, play that. Darksiders.
Oh, fucking finally, yeah.
And Bayonetta.
All right, so 4.
We could assign them numbers.
We could do 4, or we could just say, no. You know what? Final Fantasy X has to be in there. I have to try it if it's time to try it. Okay, so Bayonetta is 1.
Okay.
Darksiders is 2. Final Fantasy X 3, and Wind Waker is 4. Josh, roll that dice. It was meant to be. Final Fantasy X. Do we call it X?
10.
It's 10.
Wait, but you call it X2.
10
Oh,
2.
10 2.
Oh, okay. I'm an absolute idiot. This is going to be fun.
Oh, man.
Good luck.
Josh, I'll prove you wrong yet. I played
You should stream some of it. I'd love to follow that.
I played a Rockstar game. God damn it. I can do this.
All right, good luck. All right, Elliot.
All right. Let's wrap this up, guys. Yep. Stevo's got FF10. We'll be back next week with a new roll. Hopefully we'll have played a little more Borderlands 2. Either way, we're rolling a new game for all of us to play. And in the meantime, you can check us out at ratherbycast.com. That's where we post our podcast and the occasional article, as we mentioned earlier. We're also on Twitter. You can follow the podcast at RBPcast. You can follow each of us at RBP Elliot, at RBP Josh, at RBP Stevo. As I mentioned earlier, send us questions. We'll discuss them on the show. That's questions at ratherbycast.com. We're wherever podcasts are found: iTunes, Stitcher, Google, SoundCloud, Android, any place where you get podcasts, we're there. We also put them all up on YouTube, where we also put our videos on demand from Twitch, where we stream, twitch.tv/ratherbyplaying.
You did it!
Oh my God.
That was pretty good. I'm impressed.
Facebook is also, we have a thing there. But,
Facebook is also an online platform.
It's a thing. It is just a thing.
Just make sure your privacy settings are set up correctly.
Yes. Probably don't go on Facebook anymore.
All right. Is that it?
Call that a cast.
I think that's it.
All right. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a great one.
Thanks so much for listening.
Thanks, everybody. Cheerio.
Bye-bye now.